Good morning, fellow televiewers on the ACN television network. Welcome to another episode of the No Connie Talk Show. In the making, history made already. This is a show where we talk the people's language for Biafra and the people's language for Ambazonia, the Pidgin English. And I'm me, Capo Daniel, una host. So I'll play this music and welcome everybody. And we'll go straight into this topic today, which is very, very important and very, very critical. Hello, fellow Ambazonians, fellow televiewers across the globe, in the diaspora, as well as the IDPs and our refugees across the globe. Welcome to another episode of the No Connie Talk Show. This one I show where we bring una the facts, we bring una the truth, because truth will be very important. We challenge contradictions and we bring real substantiative debate on issues where it matter for you, the Ambazonian people. It can be more than a week. We will never show my face for this platform. I don't get a lot of messages. I want to thank all those who care enough for checking in with me. Now, because I don't be just tremendously busy with other engagement within the defenses, with the defense and other obligation as well in my life. And we are still doing the podcast, which is very, very important because it delivers crucial information, educational material to our forces and our population at large. Ladies and gentlemen, all of you will be welcome. Today I'm not still feeling well. That's why you can see the jacket still in the studio, and I also have flu symptoms. I'm not sure it's coronavirus, but I'll check that out tomorrow. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I think this particular show I just supposed to do even though I've been loaded with other very important aspects of the show. For my podcast, for our podcast, I've been talk about for make a presentation which will be the way forward vis-a-vis consideration for the IG group, given the further splintering of the splinter group. How many splinter would you imagine? Not that it is very important, but I think that as a faction, what happens to one faction may have an implication to the entire liberation movement, and our people then need to get the proper perspective on how to fit this confusion of social media. So now you welcome once more. And as usual, we'll start with a song and we'll go straight into our program for today.
Thank God for mercy. Thank God for grace. I thank God say I overcome plenty things wey for make me great. I thank God for family. I thank God for friends. I thank God say I see beginning of the year and I see the end. So many people enter but they no leave. Many day for hospital that they sick. Many day for mortuary no fit breathe. See, I just wanna thank you God. Many people enter but they no leave. Many day for hospital that they sick. Many day for mortuary no fit breathe. See, I just wanna thank you God.
Yeah, I want to start this program for give thanks to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, the Messiah, and to thank him for all what he has been doing in my life and the hand of Christ in my family and friends and in this liberation movement. I just want to glorify God in all I do, and I commit this program and our liberation movement in the hands of the Most High. So I'll take una now for the entertaining music. We're a very talented Ambazonian music, so hope una go enjoy this one. Oh, God, Papa God, we thank you. And that was a wonderful piece of traditional instrument from our Savannah state, and we will bring music across the Amazonian territory, Atlantic states, from all Bangwa and Akwaya, and for all our villages, Lebialem, and we are one, and we continue to celebrate our diversity in this program. And I want to make una know say, me, I been a Capo Daniel, the Deputy Defense Chief of the Ambazonia Defense Forces, the military wing, the Defense Department of the Ambazonian Governing Council, and also an attaché, a military attaché to the Governing Council Cabinet, and the anti-kidnapping czar, the Mr. No Connie, and all those tied to them, only for your humble self and head, and be very honored and privileged. Say the leader of our war of liberation and the Ambazonia Governing Council trust me enough to give me that responsibility, and our leadership on the ground, General Efang, General Popo, Sumanguru, Small Pikin, General Kombu, and all the rest of our generals wanna trust me enough and forgive me this honor. So with those who are never called na name una place and day on my place day. So ladies and gentlemen, I will take una today to do some short examination of a presentation done by Christopher Anu. As you know, Christopher Anu, he then be fired by Samuel Ikomesako from their IG group, and Christopher Anu, he then also gang up with members them for their restoration council for fire and impeach Sako in particular. Una fit them see say Cameroon government and their allies in the media, they then seize on that to try to portray the Amazonian liberation movement as a fractured liberation movement that has a lot of internal problems. But the fact of the matter remains, these are just problems within one faction of our liberation struggle that have been the center of scandal, infiltration, corruption, and moral bankruptcy. So this come as no surprise. Say the Cameroon media they try to portray them in that manner, but nevertheless the truth shall always prevail. We stand with the governing council and its principle, its steady hand in leadership, and its inspiration for our forces to fight for a free Ambazonia and its democratic institution that guarantee a peaceful and stable Ambazonia for all Ambazonians. So without much ado, I will take you directly inside that particular video because I know be very sound before my voice run out or I start the cough. Make I take you directly inside those videos so that we could go through step by step for examine, and then I will give una which way to go on as soon as know for this show. Would bring una the truth, would make sure say all leaders, all they be held accountable for each word we put up for public for the Ambazonian people for safeguard the integrity of our liberation movement. So make I take una directly for that Chris Anu video. I will go step by step and then postpone the presentation about the conclusion for the impeachment of Sako, where I will bring up later on. For the meantime, I want to assure Ambazonian people that the governing council it intensify targeted diplomacy, it intensify our liberation operation, our roadmap is on track. In Bamenda, we are enforcing a ban of all Cameroon and an active ban against all Cameroon government institutions, government offices are called not to attend their office or they will face an immediate consequences for those actions. On 11 February, we have declared a lockdown that will be enforced by our forces and all sister forces and all Ambazonian patriots. The right thing to do is to stay at home. There are all indications, unlike the years before, where the Cameroon government either surrender and use COVID-19 for make excuses not for try to celebrate this day when a day of mourning for our people, the day where Cameroon decide to complete the process of recolonization of Ambazonia on the 11th of February. There is all indication say, unlike before, this time they are really making plans to bring people from Buddha and to stage a celebration of this day. So every citizen should cooperate with our forces and stay at home on the 11th of February to make sure that the international community and Cameroon knows that we have completely rejected its rule and its claim of legitimacy and control over our territory as part of its one Cameroon. So ladies and gentlemen, I will take una directly into this show and we will go through together, and I will give una the presentation and the perspective we una need for take him out for wait way Christopher Anu Ididu. So there we go.
When they say,
so it don't be for me for bring una everything so that make una know which way it happen. It don't be over close to a year. We would then get intensive reconciliation moves with the TTA. As we know the TTA, the Terminators of Ambazonia, where it will be created by King Commando, way be of late may so rest in peace. After our forces, they will move into Gozang because will be the plan for attack Bunji, outpost of Cameroon, their military will be forced to move into Gozang and will be moved for the without any permission, without asking anybody authority because now right. We'll enter for inside Gozang. It help we for stage a attack against the Cameroon post we for inside Bunji. The operation will be very, very good. We get one serious wounded soldier. But that operation will be send a right message for the Cameroon military and it make them start move and rearrange themselves across our territory. Eventually, because of the exchanges will be happen during that period, we see say we get an opportunity for bring reconciliation and unity amongst those forces. So we engage a process where involve very deep conversations with King Commando, the other commanders, and the chiefs, the local chiefs. I think we can release those videos messages. So that was going on. Apparently, the people, the way they claim say they get command and control over the TTA, they were not aware. But it was a long process. We were supposed to do the oath signing, the oath ceremony together with the King Commando, and we had just one objection within the force, and that objection had been had come around the whole issue and accepted to make reconciliation so that we can work together as one people. So wait a way it be supposed to happen. The oath ceremony when I see on the screen, it be supposed to happen long ago during the time when Commando it will be alive. Unfortunately, our brother King Commando it will pass away without seeing this day, and we'll be so happy to see say the TTA and the Ambazonian Defense Forces with all the Ambazonian Restoration Forces and all our sister forces them for inside the great state of Momo, the Mogamo forces them that then come together, including the Buffaloes of Grandpa for Bali. So after they be released these images, it looked like it catch a lot of those who they claim ownership or command and control over these forces. But even if it will catch them by surprise, therefore come in and say this is a good thing. Let us welcome it and let us encourage it and show goodwill to the Ambazonian people after all these years of instigating inside fighting. But this is what we get from Chris Anu.
no man, no look a brother with bad eyes. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful pronouncements out there. But I want to hope, ladies and gentlemen, this ends in true unity, true fighting together, ladies.
So this one Chris Anu is statement them after he played this video. He don't talk the words them way our mommy them for ground for the traditional council where them talk. He don't hear the word the way Captain Savior he talk. He don't hear the word with the other commander for the TCA he talk. The word the way General Ifang he talk. Christopher Anu he talk say wonderful, wonderful, wonderful presentation, wonderful pronunciation. And he talk my quote. I want to hope this ends in true unity, true fighting together. So Chris Anu, after he listened all those words, this wonderful image we then give hope for our people. Say finally there is an end to inside fighting. After seeing this image, a true expression Ibina say he hope this one will lead to us having true fighting together. That is what Chris Anu say. Beautiful, right? So maybe we'll continue for listen the contradiction of people the way they don't make them. They are only relevant for Ambazonian liberation movement. Now for lie say the ADF it work with La Republic for sabotage the ADF and create infighting, collecting money to eat, in cover up in that money, paying other soldiers to engage in infighting. Maybe we'll continue for here. Chris Anu, he wait to wait the talk.
Gentlemen, we want to see this happen. I have personally seen what is going on in Bui when no PT moves his boys from Ngo Ketunja to Bui and says he is uniting the fighters up in Bui. Sounds always like a good thing. But one problem I have.
So Chris Anu, from appreciating and hoping that the unity between the Ambazonia Defense Forces and the Ambazonia Restoration Forces, it become permanent and a very good thing. And I hope that it turn for the ego for Bui. It talk say the Bui, they don't see her no pity, it don't come for inside Bui. It don't come unite with forces them for inside Bui. And for Chris Anu, this one a very bad thing. I want to make all Ambazonians, the one that they listen for me, when I see how disconnected this individual it be with the rest of Ambazonia. I want to see how damaging one man it don't cause him for the life of millions. Popularity no be everything. It be depend on the type of popularity where you get them. Satan himself is a very popular man, but for the bad reason. This man, Christopher Anu, is a curse to Ambazonia. It's a curse. Think of it. How many young men where Chris Anu done talk me then kill him? He done mislead our boy and for kill their own brothers. Shamelessly. He be interview for Mimi Mefo about the killing of ADF soldiers. Soldiers we all know. Soldiers he has even interviewed one of them, General Agaba, in his TV. He turned around for talk, say those soldiers in La Republique, me then crush them or they end up killing some of them, burying some of them alive. So now you see the forces that they come together. Everybody then celebrate, everybody then be happy. All these things they happen, maybe because he be busy, the fight Sako. So he either open, he want inject this venom again once more within our liberation struggle. Now listen.
In that kind of unity is when, if you are not part of it, you are now threatened. You are now threatened, and that is the case with Isubu and FM No PT.
So Chris Anu, he want try now for look for an excuse for try for criticize and try for sabotage the unity of our forces. He talk now say this unity na unity against Isubu. But when I hear from the general them for ground zero, their pronouncement, them, their declaration about Isubu. This thing is start where Isubu get problem with no pity. We step in as the ADF for try for reconcile. It pick up a life of its own, and the soldier then decide for come together and for denounce the IG's command under Isubu and for create the Bui Unity Warriors. All of us are very happy. Even those of us who have reservations, we are all happy that soldiers are coming together. Even with our reservation, we are happy because we know it is a good thing, because our heart is in the right place to fight for our liberation struggle. But no so to Chris Anu. When I listen for way ye Chris Anu is prescribed.
Right now, they won't see eye to eye because I have heard statements like, if Isubu is not part of this, where we're going to come after you. That is no longer unity. Unity should not be forced. It should be through conviction. Through conviction. Convince the other party. They have no reason to fear you. They have.
So this one, Chris Anu, it lie about the unity for inside Bui. In lying so, he come again for contradict way there are always stand he and Sako and the whole IG. When I remember when the IG group it be create the ASC, say all group them for ground zero go must come under. Chris Anu, he be talks with you at that time. Make I play the video, make una hear. This is Chris Anu.
Involved in self-defense and ground zero, or in this revolution, must come under the ASC, the Ambazonian Self-Defense Council umbrella, to be able to operate and to gain legitimacy. Henceforth, any group or groups operating apart from the ANC or beside the ASC will be considered as La Republique du Cameroon or a kind of ONG militia and will be treated accordingly.
So now Chris Anu that way be there for inside the IG, it be the talk vis-a-vis other group then during the debate where ADF, they be the type of force ADF and Socadef meet and join ACN, the Ambazonian Restoration Forces them. At that time, if it talks say any force where you know come join them, they go treat them like La Republique, they go treat them like a Tanganji poor, a boy them. You know, be just talking out him up in case if he make a mistake or a slip of a tongue. In their action, it will also show subsequently as they be go ahead for ban the ADF, they will go ahead for start call the ADF La Republique, Atanganji poor, boys them and make up all type of story. Even when the warriors they be arrest ADF forces, Chris Anu he talk me then kill those boy them, call them La Republique du Cameroon their forces. Even Tumfoin, Bo Herbert, Innocent Chia for their program Ambazonia Calling, then call those boys they send a Cameroon their military where they rank come for in a quote a program for search and delete Ambazonia fighters, deceiving the Bui warriors soldiers to murder Ambazonian boys that we all know. Most of those boys, you have Colonel Pastor, you have General Agaba, you have Gonta, you have all of them. Now boys the way they be popular for Bamenda, for instance Mezam. Those are boys who have no history in Cameroon military. Those are the boys who hoisted flag in the hospital roundabout in the beginning of this struggle. Those are boys we all man for Bamenda no say na Ambazonian fighter them. Chris Anu, you lie say na La Republique, me them murder them, me them kill them in cold blood because say you want force all man, me them be under on a group. And today, the same Chris Anu, he talk the opposite.
That is no longer unity. Unity should not be forced. It should be through conviction. Through conviction. Convince the other party. They have no reason to fear you. They have no reason to be scared by you.
So now Chris Anu, this is standard. The same standard way for the ADF will be the talk. That way the force semi all forces they must come under the ASC. Will be the talk say no. We cannot get into that group because there are many reservations. At that time, I was the bishop in the Tigers of Ambazonia under Chair Martin. The time Pastor Egewan, he be there for inside that group as well. They be forced to say we must join that group, that restoration forces their group. We'll go for they go join them. Pastor Sako, he demands we will provide them all name and birth certificate and ID card for all our forces them for the Tigers. Egewan, he carry him, he go give him for Sako. The next day, that same list then sent for me from Yaoundé by journalists. With their informant, they ran for them. We come up for Cameroon military. They ran pass that document for Cameroon military. Mark Barata and all Tiger One and all my weakness. We hold Johnny Giwan who actually say, how come you go leak this type of message to Sako when he is very a suspicious character? Johnny Giwan talk say he be making a mistake, he be the type something for a phone, he mistake go share and for some group them. Now say the list is leak. You know, but ever make mistake go share a private video them with private picture. Only that particular list of soldiers with their birth certificate names and their ID card names. All of those soldiers were tracked down and killed by the Cameroon military, given by the ANC. So, how will you force the ADF to be reasonable and join you when we see all those things that were happening? The policy that you were instituting was not something that could push the revolution forward. So the ADF refused to attend to join the restoration forces and choose to stand on our own because of these tangible and justifiable reasons. At that time, when I declared the ADF ban, when I began to consider the ADF as La Republique du Cameroon, today, when I see the ADF now the biggest force for Ground Zero, the most active force against Cameroon military, according to all statistics, the fighting in Mezam, led by the ADF, carries 60% of the fighting against La Republique and caused 60% or more of the casualty where La Republique dan suffer for Ambazonia. But when I see column saying La Republique du Cameroon, despite evidence the way it be present. In the face of evidence, overwhelming evidence, say ADF in the fight against La Republique, how can somebody be considered a rational person where it is he hold on to this lie, this manipulation, unless something they behind this lie where we don't know. It never be long ago, if you feel say they argue, where ADF he cross La Republique, he go attack for day, he come back home with the head of La Republique, their military. The Chris Anu, their group for the IG, they went online, the Paddy guy, he announced and said that their forces then go carry that action against La Republique. They even showed the spoils of the war and the weapons as a legitimate attack. Only for later on, when they discover and say that ADF, they go one try for change up. The same thing with the ADF attack for inside General the Cameroon general, for instance, Lebielem, where a house be transformed into a military base, will capture a house, then go toxin at their forces, then carry them. Then after then toxin at AD, no be ADF na La Republic. Simply because they no one for accept the truth, even when evidence then be on the for their fraud. This one are very dishonest people. They no get no credibility. Then be a danger to anybody who put in life for them. As with the show now say, the Chris Anu na person where he been at the primary transactor, primary contact for Cameroon government and their corruption. Wanna listen.
When they come to work with you, fight with you, that is true unity. There should be no unity that is meant to.
So Chris Anu, he talk say, if the forces that the camp can join with you for go fight, that one a true unity. He hope, as he talked for the beginning of the statement, I read a quote. He says, this is a wonderful pronouncement. I want to hope this ends in true unity, true fighting together. We want to see this happen. Now he talk about the ADF forces, but listen for here again.
Conquer other fighters or other teams. That is what I think is going a little bit wrong with what is going on in Bui. Because I thought if no PT should stay in Ngo Ketunje and unite all the fighters in Ngo Ketunje, then communicate with Isubu, unite the fighters in the Bui. That is the kind of unity that we're looking for.
So Chris Anu, despite all the evidence, apparently they fight in the way Unaransi when no pity don't carry them. Oma may be very happy where they cross across states, go fight for other place, go another place they fight. But Chris Anu, as we tell, I said those fighting were done despite them, because Chris Anu now they talk say they no be like him. Say they want me all force they remain for their place, for their base. And when they want me you come for the other side, you need to call the other force me then come meet you before they come meet you. Why would somebody be trying to isolate our forces in areas that they are known, where they can easily be tracked and deleted by the Cameroon military? Why would anybody be doing that unless that person wants to give advantage to Cameroon military? After 5 years of this war, we all know which way it work. Now the nationalist approach it work. We all forces the gotta go fight like how the program our fight for the takeover. When at the biggest operation that way there on the pipeline, the takeover of Ambazonia. La Republic is be scared. No wonder Chris Anu going to do everything for sabotage and for cripple that program by doing propaganda against any attempt for we for rally soldier then for collaborate for join attack in the takeover plan. Who is Chris Anu working for? Definitely what he is saying, what he is proposing is not something that will work for our favor. It's something that can only favor La Republique.
When it comes to fighting, no PT can stand in Ngo Ketunje, call Isubu in Bu and say, hey, we need your backup. We need Kumbo. We need your backup in so and so place.
So, Unara already here say most of those the group the way they began create them, the chairman them and the executive officer could be appoint them were infiltrators. Unara see the way Cameroon military appear for instance Santa, they make video like Amber Boys them, they lure forces they then kill them. Even lure forces right from come, then kill them. So why would somebody be advocating for something that has worked previously for Camerooni benefit, other than somebody under the influence of the Cameroon intelligence? Why would somebody reason it out? And why would anybody listen to this man, trust him with your money to fight against Cameroon? Will you not be empowering the same machinery that has made our soldiers vulnerable to Cameroon attacks and annihilation? Why would anybody trust these people? I know our people then be curious. They like to listen for things where it seemingly be popular. But maybe we know there is a way that looks good. At the end is disaster. That is exactly what this man is.
Gentlemen, that is what I thought unity and collaboration should be on the ground. Any unity that is meant for others to capitulate is a wrong idea. It will not last.
So now Chris Anu it validate the argument with the ADF it began to make them long ago. Say any unity when for semi some group it can be under some other group, it no go last. And now exactly the policy that way the IG group it make them with their ASC and their restoration forces say all man must be now under them. Now the same thing where the Chris Anu be the pay commando for talk, say me Oma must be under them for inside Momo. Now the same two way they pay all their general the way they don't come under them. Say me them force Oma may be under them. Now when I know, say even Chris Anu himself, he testifies say that is wrong. You cannot have a unity like that. So why will he be advocating for something he has acknowledged is wrong? Why all these years? Boss Dimaya was killed in Gozang because of these guys, their policy. How many of our young men have died, Chris Anu? How many of them have you killed? And those who are standing behind you, who are accessory to those murder, shameless people, they still come to make a charade calling themselves honorable. It's a shame. It's a shame.
Not last, and we hope that what we are seeing in Bui and in Batibo is exactly not so. We hope that the ADF is not about getting the commando boys to capitulate in Batibo.
One thing where Chris Anu you need to understand, and all Ambazonia, the unity in collaboration between the ADF and the TTA and all the forces in Mogamo have been already for more than 2 months. Some top TTA, terminators of Ambazonia, their commanders have been admitted in all our strategic forums. They are there participating in debates, contributing in strategizing ideas on how to fight Cameroon, and they can see how we are operating. They have all the contacts of all ADF generals, those ones who have volunteered themselves to participate, and we not oblige them say they must be under ADF. We are just sharing intelligence, discussing how brothers and sisters should be collaborating for one goal, for free their people, especially when the magnitude of which will face some genocide. So now here,
this sends a message to the diaspora that is in factions, fractionalized, ladies and gentlemen.
So Chris Anu, somebody say I changed my date. Sorry, I'll change the date. So Chris Anu, he take this example for talk about the diaspora being fractionalized. At the same time, we will know say now the IG it can be divided into fraction. What a contradiction. Permit me to change the date, please. What a contradiction. So Chris Anu the talk say this one an example for diaspora. You use an example now when something is good. So logically, he knows that this unity is good, but he's advocating for something that is bad, according to the standard way and display him in his own word. What normal person will go against logic? It can only be somebody who is compromised, somebody who is not working for progress of the liberation, somebody who is not working for Ambazonian interests. Because if logic tells you say something will be right, you go support them, or you no go reject them. If you no want to involve yourself in, you go just stand by. So by presenting logical conclusion by itself, and then going against that logical conclusion by itself, it be sufficient for every Ambazonian way they listen for me now for understand say Chris Anu, he's not somebody we can trust. He's not somebody who is working for our interests. He's somebody that despite evidence of something will go against that evidence. And such a person can only lead to further destruction. And our people should abandon him where he is. A fired person who continue. His only way he can be relevant is to carry the name Secretary Chris. There's no caterpillar to remove him. Sorry, I'm not quite well today, so let's go ahead.
We also want to see diaspora coming together, talking collaboration, talking reconciliation, talking unity. But of course,
so Chris Anu the talk say me diaspora come together at a time where he be the mastermind of this further splitting of the IG. Of course, we always want collaboration, reasonable collaboration for a purpose, where it recognizes everybody, it destroys lies, it exposes Cameroon corruption, and make sure that everybody is safe. That's what we have been doing all along. So if Chris Anu is sound, if Chris Anu is working for Ambazonia, he will speak the truth about ADF. He will apologize for the blood of Ambazonia spilled in Bui and many other places, and the stalling of our diplomatic effort with this splinter, this hate, this scandal we don't perpetrate them on our liberation movement.
I will also approach the diaspora very, very cautiously. Now, let me add something that I got. I got some information. Somebody called me, ladies and gentlemen, and this was very serious.
So after Chris Anu, he then talk say the unity, the pronunciation, and the declaration made by everybody who talk for that unity and that oath ceremony is wonderful. And he says that he hope na say me end for true unity and fighting together. He concluded the game of talk say this is what we exactly want to happen. Now this is Chris Anu coming out of that logic. Listen.
Very, very serious. The person called me and he said to me, Yaoundé has released some of their fighters, soldiers, to Batibo, Momo in particular. So if you are in Momo and you are entering into any alliances or so-called unity, please listen to the sound of my voice. You got to be very, very careful.
So, ladies and gentlemen, now Chris Anu that after he don't appreciate the unity, now he turn talk say he don't get information from some man we call for Yaoundé. The one say the Ambazonian forces them where they stand for this, so where they wear those camouflage dresses. Now deserted na Cameroon soldier the way they pretend say they run desert for come meet up General Ifam. Wait to where Chris Anu no know. Now say for these forces them, the ADF battalion we come will big number. They know actually they for here plenty. Now few of them, the majority of the camouflage we even look like Cameroon military camouflage. Now the buffaloes of Batibu of Bali, of Grandpa Bali. Now them plenty for day. So ye the Chris Anu the talk say those soldiers them where they wear those camouflage. Majority of them Grandpa Bali, when na Ambazonian Restoration Forces. He want me when I believe say na ADF forces them, but when na true Cameroon military, where they run disguise, they talk say they run work for come back and can't fight the Ambazonian forces them. Because if you talk against say the ADF, the work of kill the TTA, because we don't meet all the TTA plenty time. When I remember the first time we meet them for Gozang, I play the video. This is the first time we met them in Gozang. Where is that video? The first time we met them in Gozang, we sat down and eat kola nut and we explained to them our mission and we allowed them to go free. Chris Anu, Iringwa, and Sako, they went and paid money and sent those soldiers to come and attack our position and burn a safe house that we were using to say that it was La Republic. Sako himself, he come out, he lied, say ADF General Efang, he done kill a prince for Kugwe and kill over 60 civilians for Kugwe. Say me all forces then come up for inside Gozang, go attack ADF camp. They manipulate our people, push them for exchange fire. That incident it leads to the death of 4 TTA fighters, unfortunately. All murdered by the word of a desperate power monger, a corrupt individual who will receive deals from Cameroon corrupt system and share with his co-conspirator, co-instigator of infighting, Sako Ikome. So now listen.
I was told from Yaoundé yesterday, early in the morning, the phone call came in. In fact, I had not seen these footages. These footages came to me after receiving that message.
So if true, Chris Anu Bidan received some message, where in a credible message from a credible source, I call a credible source, where the talk say the ADF soldier, the way the one talks in an ADF soldier, then for inside Batibo, na Cameroon forces the way they pretend say they run desert. If he be get that message and he be believe say it be true, then why then would he use words like this was a wonderful thing, in which this thing it turned into real fighting against La Republic? Why he go use the words where he use them for day? Say he hope say this one go turn, it go end up into true unity. Because if the intelligent way the claim say he receive him, it will be true and it will be credible, enough for the talk say he go which me this one turn into true unity and true fighting against La Republic, because any man we know say Cameroon military na enemy for Ambazonia, if they cancel they can't join any force, it go be enough for kill them. So Chris Anu is a liar. He's a blatant liar with straight face, speaking proper good English, with a wonderful voice that hypnotized millions of people to their early grave. This is exactly how Lucifer looks like an angel. And anybody that follows him are accessory to his crimes to continue to destabilize our people and reverse the gain we have made against La République.
Was told that the strategy La République du Cameroon is unleashing out now against our fighters is to send their soldiers as deserters. Deserters, people, soldiers who have left their army to go home to their villages, pretend that they have left, join forces, join the ranks of these ones that you find on the screen, and pretend as though they want to fight with them, alongside them, with La République du Cameroon. And their job will not be to kill our fighters. Their job will be as informants.
So after Chris Anu, he don't know say the forces they don't be together for long. They never kill anybody. He want turn enough for manipulate, for continue to be innovative, creative, create a new idea. Lehang Irengwa be call Siko Johnson. They talk say let's come up with something. Then get a whole group where they call them Blue and White Army, where their job now for create lies, for manufacture, be creative about lies, to sow confusion and chaos in our liberation struggle, and turn soldiers against soldiers to kill each other, so that they will give Cameroon a happy day. So, any man where he listen for Chris Anu, where he support ye, all the group are accessory to his crimes against Ambazonia. Will you expect us to forgive them? Remember Gunter, who was killed, buried alive. They have wives, they have children now in Bamenda. These are people the way we know them. I grew up knowing some of those area fighters. You have killed them all like that. Ambazonia, this is not a joking matter. This is not comedy. People like this, you should not go close to them. You shouldn't. And somehow for your head, if he says somebody is interested to come and unite with he, Chris Anu, if I get chance for meet you fast, something will go happen. 911 go come. Either one man go down for all those boys that want to know that we don't kill them. We don't instigate their killing. All the death. The hope for Ambazonia for diplomacy. We don't spoil them with all this your infighting. For what? Because you want to be a journalist? You want to speak on TV? You want to be called Secretary Chris and Caterpillar? You will not allow anybody to move you? All this thing you gain for what? Look at me, I'm here. I have the popularity. I have the credibility. I can go live on Facebook page. If I do so consistently, I'll have thousands of people following me, beating the drums of popularism. But what would that benefit me if I'm seeing my own compatriot losing their chance to be independent? What will it benefit me? What will it benefit a man to do all these things?
In our fighters. So please, again, this came to me from a dependable source in Yaoundé. I think the best alliances at this moment should be the alliances that call for collaboration.
Actually, what we are doing is collaboration. The theme of what we are pushing in Ground Zero is unity in collaboration. That is what ADF is doing. So if what you are saying is what you believe, then you will believe in what ADF is doing. You will believe in ADF. Mr. Christopher Anu. It's not by repetition of words that will make you right. You can fool people, and because the people could be prone to be deceived, you only drag our liberation movement to be so long. Because those of us who know the value of freedom will not give up. And then feel exactly very well.
Among the fighters, collaboration to the extent that a camp in Ingi can call for a camp in Njikwa. A camp in Njikwa can call for backup from a camp in the Menemo.
Mama Manamo. So, when I don't see, it is still recite way to way Eric Tato Bidan can push him. Wait away, that guy they call a Pascal Conson or wait away, all those people they will know who side they come out those ideas, they damn they push up. County by county, LGA by LGA. A system for isolate our forces by their tribes and make them prone for them to get people where they go to collaborate with the Republic, a loophole. So if a call for office for Yaoundé, what else will he demand from somebody who is in the diaspora? Preach division. Create the loophole. Then the rest chips in the ground will follow. So ladies and gentlemen, when I don't know the truth, we don't carry the mantle for always bring on the truth and nothing but the truth. Chris Anu, it contradict itself. He don't make the same case with the ADF if he don't make them previously. Say any group where they talk say unity, na semi other forces then come under them. It be wrong and it will only end for destroy the struggle. Now whether the ADF it want only collaboration, or the forces they would collaborate with them, would support them, would encourage them to maintain their ID, unless they force themselves into our arms. Because it is a very tough work for us to handle these forces. We want all forces in Ground Zero to collaborate because it is crucial for our takeover plan. We need all hands on deck. And we continue to remain the vanguard of our liberation struggle. Forget about all the gibberish that they use to hypnotize our people. It will go nowhere. Even if Cameroon corrupt them, even if Ecor comes up with smart plan with the Catholic Church and their agents, Eli Smith and the rest, to align forces in one way that is going to lead to calamity. They should know that they fight for the people in Bongaville. At one stage, the new Papua Guinea government, they deceived them, infiltrated them, and made them in a formation that many of their forces were killed. Almost 80% according to estimate of most journalists in that area. But soon after that, a new generation of Bongavis rose up with even more sophisticated arms, more training, and were more lethal. And today, Bongavi is set to have its independence. So fear not, Ambazonia. Be steady for a quick and fast-track independence of our country. Support what works. Support the leadership that have inspired solution to the immediate problems we have with the Cameroon military on the ground. Support the ADF. Through the ADF, we will reach other forces. If you have to distribute your support on the ground, I will advise you give 80% to the ADF because we face a lot of challenges. You have seen soldiers burning markets, you have seen some soldiers kidnapping for ransom, and we have to deal with those. When you empower them with money, without any command and control structure, without supervision, without proper political education and sound policy, then those forces are more prone to excesses that will turn back to haunt you and me and may put the entire liberation struggle at jeopardy. So my recommendation to you, Ambazonian, is continue to support the ADF, the Ambazonia Governing Council, as the most effective way to prosecute this liberation struggle. And if somehow miracle happen and the third splinter of the IG learn from the playbook of Atta Milan and do not make the same mistake to follow this money from La Republic and manipulation to create another government because of ego, because of whatever I don't want to name, and they create another organization and stop this reproduction of this monster called a government that we have been warned. And let Seseko and Sako continue to maintain this evil called government. Maybe they will change their mind too. Or maybe they will be so insignificant that it will precipitate us to go without carrying the load of these individuals with this wrong policy who care less about Ambazonian than they care about their own power and their own position within the liberation movement. So, ladies and gentlemen, there is another excerpt about the impeachment of Sako that I promised to analyze and to show you the fake constitution that they invoke and the judgment that they have pronounced, which have indicted their movement and make it even more invalid. If you imagine they indict Sako for the same crime where the APNC be that indict Sako. So if at that moment they no be follow the justice and the institution of the IG, why will we believe them now? They choose to follow Sako at that moment with Chris Anu against Seseko, even when the constitution of that IG was against them. And today they are coming to read another constitution against Sako. Why would Sako follow them? Impeachment after impeachment. To what end? Government, president, call all type of names. They are calling themselves now honorable. The other man there, that pa, is somebody who have gone to try politics in Cameroon to be a mayor and he failed. spend a lot of money. The other girl in Belgium, I will get back to them. I'll give you people their profile. This is a lady whose husband is a lawyer who paid money for Siseko to secure position in that the so-called government. So you see them playing those charades. It's not because of love of country or love or respect of institution as they are quoting. Because if they apply that same logic, which they have well articulated, then it will indict Siseko for having ignored the laws and founding documents of Skakuf to usurp it and illegally transform it into what it is today, a virus in the system. Fellow Ambazonian, thank you for watching, and we will continue the next episode, and I will bring you those facts, present them in a way where all my own country people them they go feel understand. Bye bye.